So apologies about this. I can't currently move at the moment. I've got a little doggy down here. So I've got to look after the little doggy that's resting down here. I could tell her to move, but I don't want to because that's cruelty, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it beautiful? Right, anyway, Spider-Man No Way Home. So, Spider-Man No Way Home is the third Spider-Man film and the fifth film that Tom Holland has been in. So, what happens is that Spider-Man's secret identity has been revealed to the world. Everyone knows that he's Peter Parker, and people are very 50-50 that has he killed Mysterio. Yeah, that basically tries to go along with life and stuff like that, and then he says, I had enough about it, and I go to Doctor Strange, who's my favourite Marvel character, purely because it's magic. I love magic. I mean, if I was any Marvel hero, I'd be the one above all. So, I mean, that's just cheating, but still. No Way Home, he goes and tries to solve it. Then, unfortunately, spell doesn't work. Multiverse villains come through from different Spider-Men. So let's look at the goods. The goods are Tom Holland. He's a range of emotion in this time, because you could tell. Obviously, he's gotten older, but from the first film when he was 19, I think, and now he's like 26, 25, I think. And you can tell the maturity on his face. There's one scene near the end, and you look at him and go, wow, he's a man now. I think that's just purely aging thing, but you go, wow, he is matured and stuff like that. He gives his most mature. This film, he becomes a child, from a child to a man. Zendaya is good because she's still got that. She has that caring side. She has the sort. She is Peter Parker's rock to everything that's going on, and but then she's having her own struggles as well. But she's just still wants to be there for Peter and everything like that. Just mwah. Doctor Strange. As much as I did like Doctor Strange in this thing, being like sort of a hard-hitting teacher, sort of saying it as it is type thing. I thought he was really good in it. There's a few things I'm a bit iffy on about Doctor Strange in this film. Majority of the way through, I really enjoy Benedict. Benedict Cumberbatch is a national treasure over here, so very well done. So let's talk about the villains. The villains in this movie. Doc Ock is fantastic. There's levels of emotion. Actually, speaking about level of emotion and stuff like that, because Doc Ock from being sort of like I'm gonna get you, Peter Parker. It's not a spoiler because it's in the trailers, but he finds out that's not his Peter Parker, so he just goes like with this confusion but anger as well. And then later on in the film as well, William Dafoe brings it to a whole new level. I haven't seen Spider-Man, the original Toby Maguire Spider-Man, for a long time, and I just felt the flooding back of just like emotions, like when he was talking to him in the mirror and stuff like that. Just this like desperation now, because it's just him by himself. He's got nothing. He's this big millionaire business person, and now he's gone. Jamie Foxx is really good. I feel like they twist it a bit too much though, because it's sort of like I'll get to a bit in a little bit later, but as you can tell, he's changed his appearance. Actually, no, I will not, because it's in the trailers. So yeah, he's changed up his appearance, but then it was meant to be the same Jamie Foxx from the Andrew Garfield one, and I'm a bit like, his personality is a bit shifted a bit too much. He's a bit, before he was a sort of, I'm a timid guy and I want to kill everything and stuff like that. And now he's a bit too cocky and stuff like that, and he's like, yeah, I'm looking good now and all of that stuff. And I'm like, I understand if they changed it up. I liked it if... I don't want to speak any more further till I get to spoiler talk. Yes, we're going to have spoiler talk in this one. Oh, you wait. Sandman and Lizard. I think there's a good scene with Sandman where he talks to Electro and the other villains and stuff like that, and I thought he's really good. Lizard feels very filler. He is just... to me, he's just there. He does mention talk a bit here and there and stuff like that, but he's not special compared to Doc Ock and Green Goblin. Same thing with but Sandman has his own thing. Right, so we're going to go into spoiler talk. So basically, yeah, that's my review of it if you don't want to be spoiled. But here we go. Here's the spoiler side of it. I just want to mention before the big spoiler I'm going to mention is that, yeah, Electro... Okay, this is meant to be the same Electro from Spider-Man. He's very timid and stuff like that, and then he just sort of like gets phased back into a human body, and then it's just like all right, I got muscles, I got a goatee, I got cool hair, and I'm talking all confident and stuff like that. It just felt a bit too... I understand why they did it, but I would love it if it was a different, like, similar, like, okay, yeah, he recognises Toby Maguire's, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, but of a different universe. So it's sort of like, yeah, I like him that he's brand new, he's a bit more cocky, he's a bit like, at some point I'm like, I'm not trusting you. You're going to be wrapped up like Doc Ock did. And like, yeah, I don't trust you. Wrap him up in water thing, whatever. I don't I don't trust you. He's cocky. He's too cocky. Too cocky to trust, in my opinion. Whereas like Doc Ock and Green Goblin and stuff like that are a bit just... It's a bit more like they want to be cured and helped and stuff like that, but partly they don't. Something's holding them back type thing. But what I feel like Electro is sort of like now, it's very evil. Very evil. Okay, let's mention the big thing. Toby Maguire and Andrew Garfield are back. I really enjoyed that Andrew Garfield is back because I thought Amazing Spider-Man 2 was really good. I think it's my movie that I think is underrated. I think it's really good. So it has a very iconic moment. Apparently people don't like it. I can understand about like Electro just being a bit in it, but I'm like, it's a cool movie. I really like that movie. But when I see people rewatching it, they go like, they cry when Gwen Stacy dies. I don't know. People just. I can't go people. So I'm happy Andrew Garfield was back. I hope they make an Amazing Spider-Man 3. I'm very doubtful they'll make an Amazing Spider-Man 3. But if this was like the last time we see it, it has a bit of closure to it. So I'm very happy about that. And also Toby Maguire comes back. So I haven't seen the original trilogy, Sam Raimi edition, for a while now. So I just felt he was a bit off. He was a bit too timid. Mind you, he's a better... Everyone agrees that he's a better Peter Parker to a Spider-Man, and Andrew Garfield is a better Spider-Man to Peter Parker. I agree with that because Andrew Garfield, he just looks too cool to be Peter Parker. So, yeah, well... but I've got to just say, there's a scene in there, with the scene where they're fighting on the Statue of Liberty. Also, why are you putting Cap Shield on the Statue of Liberty? That just feels a bit wrong, in my opinion. If you want to make a statue of Captain America, make a different statue of Captain America. Don't add to the Statue of Liberty. I think that's a bit dumb and over the top, in my opinion. But I loved it in the fight scenes. When you see Toby Maguire having fight scenes, and you have the sort of gleaming lights of like his suit and stuff like that in the fights, that brought proper nostalgia back of him used to fighting in the original Spider-Man trilogies, and it would just felt, oh yeah, that hits right here. I love it. Some say your heart is here, some say it's here, some say here. I don't give a I like the bonding sessions they had with it, so them having little chats and stuff like that, and interacting with each other, because I think they're only in it for 30 minutes of the whole film, so I think it's really well done, their bonding moments together. And yes, they do the finger point. Aunt May's death is very well done because she brings on the amazing line of great power comes great responsibility. And when they're at the school on the top and they start saying like Uncle Ben told us that, and like Gwen dying and stuff like that, it's so... Because I was looking up a comic where Spider-Man meets the one above all, basically the creator of the Omniverse, creator of everything, of life, storyline. Look it up on YouTube. Basically, the one above all says, like, most people, when something bad happens, they get worse. But in your case, you do better and stuff like that, because I think Aunt May in this one is about to die as well. And he basically says, like, you are so unique that even in terrible time, terrible stuff happens to you, you always do better and thrive yourself, and people are so thankful for it. So the creator, basically, the one above all, is so impressed with Peter Parker. And one thing that I didn't like was the fight between Strange and... No, I didn't. I liked how it was presented. I liked how it all looked and stuff like that. But no disrespect, Strange would have won. Okay, Strange would have won. Easy peasy, okay? It was just a bit like, oh, we need this to happen and we need Strange to go away for a bit. So, yeah, this happens. Also, the post-credit scenes. Yes, the other one is a trailer to Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Gonna see that because I love Benedict Cumberbatch and Doctor Strange. First one, a Venom, because everyone's like, Venom's entering the MCU, yay! And then it's like, now we have this comedy moment, which, typical Venom, let's go scuba diving! Which I find good. I like the comedy between those two. It was just Tom Hardy talking to himself. Did you know the voice of Venom is Tom Hardy? They go vanishing back to their own universe. He goes back to his own universe, so it's a bit like a Sony thing. You're like, hey, no. You think, oh, okay, they're gonna fight. No. Because I remember getting spoiled on this. Yeah, of course I got spoiled on this. And I didn't see this happening, so it gave me a big shock. But I saw a lot of posters that saying, like, if Amazing Spider-Man 3 happened, it'd be Venom versus Amazing Spider-Man, which I'm not against. What about Venom versus Miles Morales? I'm just saying, that would be a very good solution. Also makes sense with the cop in the spoilers for Venom. That sort of stays on the top of the roof. His eyes start going blue, so apparently he may be the next villain. So we'll see. Anyway, this review is going to go on longer than planned. I'm looking at the recording time now. It's coming up to 16 minutes. So my rating for this film is Hall of Film Fame. It had to be. I mean, this is basically the send-off, Tom Holland's origins. This is a trilogy origin story, and like closure to Toby Maguire, closure to Andrew Garfield if they don't continue their stories, plus sort of like having that openness of we might continue the story. There is a new trilogy, but we don't know if it's a Tom Holland trilogy or a completely different trilogy. We'll never know. Anyway, that's my thoughts and opinions on the film Spider-Man No Way Home. Remember to like and comment and all that stuff, and until next time, Dankeschön.